Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Harmonious Engineering Let's Play. So once again, I've been going around and picking up a bunch of our resources that we've been producing. So I just went through and picked up all the iron that we had produced. We're doing incredibly well in that facet. But today I'd love to get something new created in the pneumatic craft realm, because we haven't really done anything with pneumatic craft lately. So, what do I have planned? So the biggest thing that I can think of right now is a way to keep from having to charge everything up on our own. And what I've done is I've off camera gone and found a wither skeleton spawner. Yes, there are wither skeleton spawners in the Nether. If you look around, you'll see little boxes, and they look like little dungeons. Those can have wither skeleton spawners in them. So I found one. If we go over here, there is a. I think there's a way, right, to change dimensions, maybe? I don't know. I thought that there was a way to change through the dimensions, but I'm not seeing one. But if we go through the waypoint manager here, um, oh, that's cool. I've never seen this either. Okay, let's see. Default? No. Overworld. Here we go. The Nether. Here's the waypoint that I found for the Wither Skeleton spawner. And so, basically... Oh, I didn't realize, but I have to change that back now. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. Basically, I think what we're going to do is go ahead and kill a Wither, which is no small task. I think we'll be fine, but, you know, better safe than sorry, right? And then... what we're going to do is with that nether star, we're going to go ahead and make ourselves an aerial interface. And what we can do is there is a charging module that we can put at the end of a tube, and the tube can charge the aerial interface. So if you look through the information page here, you can see that it will explain basically that this allows us to go through and access the player, like as if they're an inventory. And that would be me. I'm the player. Hello. Nice to meet you. And so that's going to require a couple of different components. The first one is a wither star, or nether star. I don't know why I called it that. And the second one is, of course, the advanced pressure tube. This one is the only one that's going to be slightly tricky, but it's also a quest line, so that's a good thing. And we can also use this to sort of clean up and consolidate and simplify the process of making finished PCBs. But for now, let's go ahead and get ready for a wither fight, because I think that's going to be the biggest challenge for today. And what I've done is I've set up, I also set up jump boost, so I put 2 jump boost upgrades on, or the level 2 jumping upgrade on the leggings here to help us jump around a little bit. But what I think we should do is come down here to this cave, because I find that caves or mine shafts are like the best place to do this. And I have a mine shaft, so we could do this here. And I think, especially with Deep Slate being so hard, this shouldn't be too terribly difficult. But we will most certainly see. Did I really not go all that far? I guess not, huh? Well, we can just set it up here. Don't really think that I have any preparations that I need to make. Everything here is in good shape. Let's go ahead and put our totem in our offhand and our food there. And let us turn the audio down a little bit. Let's go for it. Might be apple time. Like I said, doing it at Deep Slate layer, definitely the easiest way to do it from what I can tell. And there we go. Easy enough. Did I make a mess? Sure, but that's okay. We didn't die, which is always good. So, let's clean this up as much as I can. I don't think I got all the blocks back, but I can make an attempt. Yeah, good enough. Okay. So yeah, that was that didn't go too terribly badly. I think our armor really does do a very nice job. I'm very proud. We've got so many of these golden apples, I may as well just go ahead and eat another one. And so now what I'm going to do is just head back home using our handy dandy little rope here. And we can get on with the rest of this process, because it's going to be a process. So in order to proceed today, we're going to need to set up our Amazon tablet again. We're going to need some more emeralds, and we're going to need to make a couple of purchases from the Amazon store. Let's go ahead and grab a chest. I made a bunch of them just to kind of help out with crafting going forward. And I don't know why I was really tempted to run over there, but what I could do is just do like I could do a cute little Amazon drop-off thing. That would be really fun, actually. Let's do that. Let's grab a sign and some of those and some glow ink and some white dye. How about some bone meal? That'll work. And we can just go ahead and plop down over here, probably like right here, chest, Amazon, pickup. What are they called? Amazon locker. We're gonna call it the Amazon locker. If you know, you know. Not in an inappropriate way. I think it's clear to say that this is just a hit at Amazon. Anyways, ranting aside, let's go ahead and put our emeralds in here, go to the Amazon store, and these are the things that we're going to want. We're going to need 2 of these. We're going to need the drill and laser, or the drill. Actually, hang on. I don't remember which one we need. We're doing drill and laser. So let's do the drill and laser, and go ahead and place that order. I couldn't remember which one, but the quest line here helps me remember, which is good. It means it's a okay quest, at least as far as I'm aware. Oh, while I wait for that to finish being delivered, I had to put a 1x2 drawer here instead, and you can see we're doing really well. But I had to put a 1x2 because it did, in fact, clog up when it had nowhere to put the seeds. And we're running into... basically, we're maxed out in a lot of different facets. I've been rejuvenating our bee population as well, so we've got, what, 2, 2, 3, 3, and we've got 2 that are out. So we are basically full up. Actually, we've got 3 that are out. We may be overpopulated. I might need to get them a couple more apiaries. This guy. These should be called apiaries. Is it just me? I think they should just be called apiaries. Call them what they are. When they're not the natural, like the ones that spawn in the world, then they shouldn't just be called a beehive. Because they're called nests. Okay, okay, weird. Weird wording. Anyways, so we're going to need that, and we're going to need a couple of other things. So we are going to need... wrong quest. Here we go. We're going to need an assembly platform. We're going to need an assembly laser. We're going to need an assembly import unit. The export unit and the import unit, they're one and the same, but we're going to need 2. So let's go ahead and get both bookmarked. We're going to definitely need a drill, and we're going to need a controller. So if we add up all the costs here, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 PCBs. So let's go ahead and get the PCBs on their way, because I know that this is going to take a minute. Let's see, so we're going to need 1, and then 2, 3, redstone, torch. Let's go ahead and grab quite a few of these. I do miss REI's ability to bookmark the whole, or pin the whole recipe. I do really miss that, but, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, so we're going to need plastic, gold nuggets, and let's go ahead and grab, if we need 4, then we're going to need 12, and plastic. Like so. And I'm just going to go ahead and get to crafting, because this stuff you've seen before. It's more of the same. Nothing really new here. Let me go ahead and turn jump boost off, because I'm going to hit a power line if I'm not careful. And I'll be back when all of this crafting has been done. And this is probably the last of the crafting that we're going to do like this. Coming shortly, we will be able to replace the etching tank and the UV light box. So if we look through this process, part of why I'm so excited, ignore that. We're not there yet. So we can do the laser. Uh-oh. We might have to buy that from Amazon as well. But we can do on this guy here. Where is it? I'm looking for it. Here we go. So we can go straight from empty, which remember is what we're making now, all the way to unassembled. And then unassembled is the one that we normally would make in the etching tank. But now we can go straight from this system that we're working towards to done, to completely done. So that's going to be crazy exciting. Let's go ahead and turn all of this stuff on over here. You can see how quickly that pressure ramps up. It's very nice. And we've got some speed upgrades in there, and you're going to start to heat up. So yeah, I'll be back when this is done. All right, so there are our 8 finished PCBs that we're going to need, and I don't know how much compressed iron we have. Hopefully we have enough. We most certainly do not. Let's go ahead and get some more iron put in there. Let's grab a stack of iron and get that compressed, maybe even 2 stacks. I mean, we have so much iron at this point. I have been using our charcoal, by the way, to make more steel, because we've been using the mining drill so much here lately that I just kind of felt like it was worth it, worth the investment. Hopefully I don't regret that, but I think honestly having, because we have about 250 steel right now, I think that should be just fine. I love the output rate of this thing. It's so much faster now. Like, just look at this. This is incredible. And you should already be buffered up. I'm just waiting for a little bit more pressure at this point. Any minute now. What's the pressure requirement for this anyway? 2 bars, but probably way more considering how much we have to insert. 4 bars is my guess. Yep. I love the sound. It is a very good sound. Doing good work. There we go. And so now, oh, I went ahead and bought the other programs, by the way, because there are a few. So the drill and laser is just one of each. It was 14 emeralds. Each one of these were 8 emeralds, so it just made more sense to buy this one because it's cheaper that way. And that way we can keep all 3, because the fun thing about this programming assembly is that we can basically swap out what program it runs at any point and then just put in the correct input and we'll be good to go. Okay, so we're going to need an assembly controller. Step 1. We're going to need an assembly drill. We're going to need an assembly import unit. Oh, we will need 2 hoppers for this. So we'll do that. We can do it again. And then flip it to get the export, or the import rather. We'll need the laser itself, which is going to require red stained glass. So let's go ahead and get red dye and some glass. Go ahead and send everything else on over. Whoops. There we go. To get the laser itself. And now the last thing we need is the assembly platform. And that is that chapter completely done. Now, I want to finish up this chapter because this chapter is super easy to finish. All we need to do is make a drone. And so what I'm going to do is make that drone. And I'm going to say this. I like the drone concept, but as the pack developer, I need to remove the drone quest because I personally feel as though, especially if you watch Elder Signs Let's Play, drones are not ready. Drones are not production ready, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing. They definitely cause a significant amount of performance issues in your world. So I don't want to lead the narrative that players should be trying to use drones, because in my opinion, you probably shouldn't. They are known for causing problems from what I can tell as far as performance goes. Right, this needs to be finished first. And then we can do 1 drone. Like so. And that's going to finish up the entire chapter. Again, drones, they're very fun. They're very cool. You can see that they work really fine for like small uses. By the way, you have to do that. But frankly speaking, I do think that they have a significant amount of performance issues that I don't think I'm going to go for them right now. I am going to wait for that for a little bit. But now we have everything we need to get this ready for the assembly controller. What we're going to need at this point is an input chest, an output chest, and more tubes, because we will need tubes. Now, I believe this system can take the better reinforced tubes, so I'm going to make these or use these instead wherever I can. I don't think I can make any more, but I think we'll be okay. And let's just grab some chests. Don't think I really needed all that many, but hey, that's just fine. And so what we can do is get this set up. And this will be really satisfying because we can start to tear down a bunch of our other setups as well. Not a bunch, rather, just the one, but still. So let's go ahead and turn the pressure off for this area. I'm going to pull you out. Maybe we let that one finish, but I'm not going to really stress about the rest. Because once they are partly done, unfortunately they cannot be... Oh, that was a bad idea. Let's do this. Once they are partly done, they can unfortunately not be put back into the system that we're about to put together now. So let's go ahead and break these pipes. We're not going to need them. And let's set up our entire controller system. So we're going to put the controller down in the front. So at this point, it's on standby, and this is where you put in the speed upgrades, and this is where you put in the program that you want to currently run. I am going to assume that you need heat still. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's hop downstairs and see about dissecting a little bit of this. Because we can do that, and that will help. Yeah, there we go. Now we can tear everything else apart. Okay, very nice, very nice. And we can do that. Delightful. Just gonna wait for these to finish, and then we'll be good to go. So we are all done there. What I can do at this point, right, we have the heat pipe here. Let's go ahead and turn off our pressure control. And then we'll come back downstairs and disconnect our heat pipe. And then we should be good to go. Oh, we will not be good to go because we will need... Huh, okay. Interesting. If I do this... Okay, we can do that. And fortunately, with the new setup, we will be able to put... Goodness. We'll be able to do the same thing. We'll be able to do the module expansion card on this guy and send... What did I do over here? 9.8 bars to our new setup as well. The new setup is pretty agnostic as far as speed goes. So we'll go ahead and tear everything down. You can see this guy will follow you, by the way, which is kind of fun. And we need to set up our chests, and we need to set up a couple other things. So we need, basically, the platform needs to go here, somewhere in the center-ish, where the import and export units can work. We need the drill to be able to access... Actually, let's put the drill here on this side. Let's put the laser here on this side. And then I, for one... enjoy having the import and export on the corners. Import and export on the corners. And they will pull from nearby chests. So, I think this should be good to go. Now, if I remember correctly, this guy here is the only one that needs to be hooked up to pressure. I don't think the other ones do, but let's confirm. No, yeah, they don't, but that one does. Great. That is very good news for us, because that makes this very easy to run. So if we do this, like so, right, and then we turn you on, you're going to start to get pressure. Oh. You only accept 5. Interesting. I thought you accepted 8 bars, or 10 bars. Okay. Interesting thing to have learned, but that's fine. I think we'll be okay like this. Let me clean up the inventory here a little bit because we're going to need thought I heard the rain. We're going to need a couple of things. Oh, and I forgot to turn my volume back up. We're going to need a couple of things to wrap up here to get a couple of the remaining components. So the biggest thing that we need to get at this point is we need to get the advanced tubes, which are a block of compressed iron. Let's go ahead and grab 3 blocks, like so. We'll go ahead and put away some of these things that I know we're just not going to need anymore. Oh, and this PCB did fail because this was the one that I only took up to 57% completion. So we can go ahead and do just standard pressure tubes, I guess. I wonder if Pneumaticraft offers a way to upgrade the capacitance or the tier of a machine, of a device. I'd love to be able to, yeah, volume upgrade, maybe? Let's try that. Let's see. So volume. We'll do an air canister. We can make a couple of these. So I'll just make 3, I guess. Let's see really quickly. Volume. Crafting a volume upgrade. You're not going to tell me what it does? Well, I guess we're going to find out, huh? What's the patchouli entry? Yeah, it just takes me to this. That's not very helpful. I'm just going to be honest here. Anyway, we need... Ooh, you know, actually, I can show off exactly why we love this new system. Let's take the failed PCB. I just realized I don't need these as well. Let's take our failed PCB, and what we can do now that it has failed, which does not bode well for us, but that's okay, is we can go and cook it back down and start over. And so this will start us back at an empty PCB, like so. And now we can test out our new system. Of course, I'm also going to try out the volume upgrade just to see what this is going to do for us, because I don't know how to make this work the way I'm wanting it to work. That was not it. Okay, I mean, you know, I wanted to try. So what we'll have to do... Not have to, but these are not the cheapest in the world, so I'll just hook that up there. Like so. Take that back, please. So you should be limited to 5 bars of pressure-ish, 4 point something bars. We're good? We're good. Let's put in our program. I've got, so to use this, we're going to need the laser program. So we put in the program here, and we put in this guy in the chest, and what we should see is you're going to pull out of the chest, move that onto the platform, and because this is the laser, it's going to use the laser to do all the work and to do all the etching for us. This is why we don't need the etching acid. And then when it's all said and done, it's going to take everything out of here and put it into here. And just like that, it was way quicker to do it that way. And we can install even more upgrades if we wanted to. And make this just ridiculously fast. So in order to make the pipes here, we are going to want to use the drill and laser. So we'll do both. We'll do this one right here. And we'll put you there. And we should see that the machine... Hello? Drill and laser... You have a laser, a drill, an I/O unit for each. What you doing? There we go. You can see it's much faster now with the speed at which it's moving. And so you can see just by drilling, we're going to get stuck with those guys, right? But now with the lasering, and those are the pressure chamber components. but through lasering, it'll turn it into those. And then it will politely grab those and put them in here. And so it's just going to do it one at a time. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Pretty straightforward. So that's the biggest component that we needed right now. This will allow us to do a whole bunch of things. First of all, we can do a pressurized spawner this way. We can make higher tier jet boot upgrades. We can now make our aerial interface, which is still high up on the to-do list. Oh, that's right. I still need the charger as well. Charging module. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that taken care of as well, because I am super duper excited to go ahead and get aerial charging set up. And then we might play around with a new drill, because I like this drill just fine, but there are other tools that we can use. And we've been using this one for a long time now. For me, at least, I haven't ever used one for nearly this long, so I'm personally really proud that we've gone this far with this guy. So let's go ahead and get the aerial interface. I think we should have everything we need for that. Ta-da! So the aerial interface, if I place it down, you see it has my head on the top, and if I were to, like, fill it up with flux, it would send flux to me, I believe, right? Aerial interface accepts the energy stored is an internal buffer, is a charge for any chargeable item in the player's inventory. So this is wireless charging for us, and that I actually didn't even know. I didn't know that that was a thing. To be completely honest with you, I'm just sort of messing around right now and didn't even realize. I'm not messing around. I know roughly what I'm doing, but I didn't realize that was a component. That's incredible. How many charging stations do we have? We have exactly 0. Good. That's probably a good thing. And so now we do this to get the charging module. And we'll grab some of our tubes. I'm not going to move to these high tier tubes yet. I really don't think we're ever going to need them. And so what we can do, this guy takes 20 bar, and we can also do something kind of interesting with that as well. And I'll show you exactly what this is going to do. I think it's pretty exciting. So right now, anytime I need to charge something, I have to come over here to charge it. My goal is to avoid that completely. So what we can do, I hope I don't regret this. I think we'll be fine, considering the fact that all of our flux is made for free anyway. I don't know why I always worry, but let me get myself out of here because I'm a little stuck. Yeah, I'm just gonna rip the band-aid off. Warning: this will be very loud. I hate the sounds that this freaking mod makes. There we go. So you can see that we're going to start to accept bars in here, and that's pretty great, right? But I can also, and keep an eye on this and this, these two. If I put this down here... Oh, you said you weren't a module. You should see... Oh, you need 10 bar. Okay. Well then we will have to run a special line for that, won't we? Okay, I mean, I can do that. Give me just a bit. Let's replace all of these with the new pipes that we just got. This will be a little loud, so I'm just going to go and do that. So I'm going to make a slight change over here. We're running out of the ability to produce enough pressure, so I'm going to change things up a tiny bit. And rather than having 1 steam engine, we're going to put 3 over here. By the way, if this ever happens to you, this does happen, just do F3A. Reload the chunks, and you will be able to correct that. So what we're going to do is, there are a couple of different ways that we could do this. I would like these to all be facing down, so I might actually elevate them a little bit and have them all... Let's go and put our little toolbox down, have them all facing down. And let's grab these from here because we're going to go through a few of them. And the reason I want them all facing down is that we can actually link these up using encased chain drives and combine the output force into one line that has a lot more torque. So if we do this, this, and this, then now we can go through, and I'm going to have to realign this little setup down here. Not a problem, though. Oh, I didn't even realize we weren't even really going all that fast down here anyways, so that's not nearly as big of a deal now that I know that. Let's go ahead and run these straight down to here. And we can go ahead and get these sped up. I would like that to line up again. Let me think on that real quick. Would love it if that would just line up on its own. But we may have to encase chain drive that as well. Are these the correct direction? They are. Perfect. So I'm going to put you and you down. And I think... I wonder if the camouflage applicator can actually clone that state. Yeah, it definitely seems like it can. Okay, I'll take that. And then we'll camouflage apply that. And then we'll do this. Lastly, we'll need some conveyor belts. Or we could just take this one off because I don't have any extra on me. And we could run this from here all the way down to here. And now these are all going to be running, and we're not going to overstress our system at all. I don't remember if I brought... Oh, yeah, I did. Good, okay. I brought some stuff to kind of help us clean up after ourselves. Did I have any extra stone on me? I don't think so. But this way we can at least fill this in a little. I have to wonder if we can't get this to go a little faster, actually. Let me see. I can't remember if this is top speed or if that is... Yeah, okay. We're top speed already. Wrong thing. There we go. And encased chain drives are so cheap that I'm honestly not worried about whatever potential waste there would be here by using them instead of using something potentially nicer. You know, with all of... Okay, I wasn't sure. With all of the compatibility that Compressed Creativity adds, I was not 100% sure if that would be compatible or not. Well, let's see. Heavy... How do you make these? Are they a stone cutter recipe? Yep, they are from smooth stone. So what we can do, just come in here and steal a piece of smooth stone. I started keeping a stone cutter on me at all times. Very glad for that. I do miss portable stone cutter. I think it was definitely a highly valued mod. But there we go. So now we should be able to produce a lot more pressure decently quickly. Again, you know, kind of a big setup, but you know. So you're producing 15. I really thought that you'd be producing more. They were producing 20 at one point. I wonder why. I don't know. I don't know why they're not producing faster. Let's go ahead and set this back up, I guess. I don't really know what's going on with that. I might need to read a little bit. Might need to read a book. So let's go for Compressed Creativity and then sneak right click. Oh, okay. So there's not really... There's not really a lot here. And this is going to make me go through, like, the whole thing with advancements and stuff. which is kind of frustrating, but hey. Anything in here? Rotational compressor. Okay. Might be in a different chapter then. Let's see. A type of compressor. Rotation from create to generate pressure. Shift for info. Max pressure 20 bar. Yeah. What's the rotation speed? I'm not losing rotation speed, am I? Shouldn't be. Why don't we make ourselves a speedometer? That could be pretty helpful. I didn't need to make one. I actually figured it out. So this is pretty straightforward. We have overutilized our boiler here for this. So if I look at each one of these engines, you'll see that they say they are using 13,653.33 stress units each, or rather, they're creating that much. So they're running slower, which is not good. So I'm going to go and take this middle one off, because for me, the ability to produce stress is not all that important, but the ability to evenly distribute 16,384 stress units amongst all of our devices here, very important to me, because I want to make sure that for a fact we end up with the high enough speeds to run all of our guys over here, because, you know, that's important. We've got to keep our flux throughput. So we'll do something like this for now. What I will probably do, let me grab some decorational shafts, and then we can just do... No, not that. We can do something like this, or just that, I guess, would work too. And that way it at least looks like it's a little bit supported. But yeah, it seems as though we have finally met our match here. I am a little bit curious if we're going to be able to keep up now. I think we should still be good on charcoal production. I don't think that's going to really affect anything. So now with the added stress, over here we're getting closer and closer to 10 bar, which is very good, very good. And everything that we have, that we use at least, is usually a max of 10 bar. So if we look at like the wrench, for example, this guy, the max you can tell is 10 bar because it's 6.5. That's about, you know, 65% filled. All of our armor, the max is 10 bar. We already knew that. So this setup is going to be just fine. So now, notice, it's at 10 bar. And what we should see is that stuff in our inventory should start to refill. So 10 bar, magically filled up. 10 bar, magically filled up. Watch the leggings. The leggings are going to go up very slowly, but they're going to go up. Again, this is not the fastest upgrade in the West. If I put the speed upgrades in our module, which I had a lot of trouble reinstalling, we might be able to make this a little faster. I can't put them in here, so I don't know. Maybe we can't. I should also get that camouflage applicator and put it to work. Let's put that there. Put that there. Yeah, so I don't know if there's really anything we can do about getting this to go faster. Let's see. So top and bottom, main inventory, armor slots. I think we'll do armor slots for now. But what we can do, I guess is what I'm trying to get at, is what we can configure this so that more sides can interact with more stuff. So we can set all of these up to do armor slots. We can make it so that, like, for example, the main inventory, I don't know how that works, but we can add more of those charging upgrades to the other sides. I don't know exactly, you know, like, main inventory confuses me a little bit as far as what part is the main inventory. But yeah, everything should be running now. I'm going to, let's see, you're off. Good. You're off. You're off. All this should be good. And so I just want to triple check and make sure that we are good down here. It looks like we are. So, and I told you to plug that. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to work on getting a couple of more of those charging upgrades, because I would like to definitely make sure that at least the main hand is upgraded is included in this. I'm not sure anything else beyond that. I don't know if that's going to be an option. We'll see. Yeah, we have puzzle pieces to collect. But I would like to get this upgraded enough to do everything. And I don't think main inventory counts for everything. Let's see, though. So 4.9 bar. I think right now you're working on the pneumatic wrench. Yeah, so what I would love to do, by the way, my goal at this point is to get ourselves a jackhammer. This guy is super cool, super nifty. It's just a modular drill. So I know we spent a lot of time on this episode, but I'm going to let this one go extra long because I am definitely way too excited to stop. We've been making a lot of good progress already, and I don't want to quit. So yeah, let's see. Let's go ahead and get all of these little components up for a couple more charging upgrades. I think we're just going to need maybe 2 at most, and it's going to be a little ugly. That's okay. We can always move this too if we need to. We might end up moving this. We'll see. It would suck to have to refill that the barrage again, but I think that's okay. Let's go and get the charging upgrades, and I'll be back. So I realized we only need the 1 charging module because I can always put a charging upgrade on my chest plate, which will charge everything else. I think that might be the move. Let's see if this is going up, though, because we're at 4.8 bars, and I can't tell if that's doing anything. It's really nice to see these completely maxed out, by the way. It's not often that we get to see these, like, fully topped up. That's nice. Let's go ahead and go for the charging upgrade, though. I think that's going to be our move. And so we can put that on our chest plate, and that's going to charge everything else. Now, while I'm here, let's go ahead and get that jackhammer. And so the jackhammer kind of uses a similar mechanic that we've seen in Immersive Engineering's drill, and that is that the drill heads are going to take their own damage, and they are modular. But the jackhammer itself also has the ability to have a book put in it. So we can put Silk Touch or Fortune in there, and that's why I really wanted to try something different, was just to see how that would go. So let's go ahead and put the charging upgrade in our chest plate. Let's go ahead and change it back over to do our boots, to charge our boots, and let's make sure that this works the way I think it's going to work. So let's do armor slots. Let's disconnect everything else just for the sake of cleanliness. Can I middle click these? No. Looks like anything other than a left click closes the tab, which is kind of annoying, but meh. And then I still need a charging station. I got rid of mine thinking I wouldn't need it anymore, but I do. What a fool I am. What a fool I am. But I think we can just kind of plop it down somewhere and just leave it there to do some, like, modular upgrading and things. Let's grab the station, like so. And I think, in theory, we should just be able to put this down here. We can put our drill in here to upgrade. Let's disconnect you. That way you don't try anything dumb. And then if I were to put my chest plate in here and then upgrade you like so. So now you're going to fill up. You're already filling up my leggings, but you're going to start to fill up everything else, I hope. So let's go to you. Oh, no, sorry. Tab is the thing. And let's do the auto charger. And so now. Yep, that's going up now too. Perfect. So if I shift right click, you can see that there's a mode setting. So we can do multiple modes. We can do T's. We can do all sorts of other things. But currently we're missing a drill bit, and that's important. So let's get a drill bit. There are lots. I think I'm just going to go straight for the iron tier here. The diamond tier here, because the rest of them, you know, they're all kind of meh. The netherite tier is definitely going to be the most costly to make. We're going to need an unassembled one, which is a netherite ingot. And again, this is fine. I will get here. I do want to make one of these. And I don't believe, yeah, you can't really do anything with these. You can't disenchant them. You can recycle them. I did make sure that they could be recycled. But aside from, like, the basics here, you can't actually, like, put mending on them or anything. You just break them when they break. So that's why I think I'm just going to go for the diamond block recipe here. Let's go ahead and buy up, grab a tank so that we can buy up some lubricant from Amadron. Let's grab some emeralds. Because we're going to need how much lubricant for that recipe? It was 8 buckets. Ooh, I don't know if that's going to have... We're going to need 40. That's not ideal. Is there another way that we can make this other than... Oh, yeah, I could just look here. Diesel or biodiesel? I don't think we have either. So we might have to figure that one out. That might be a little tricky. I don't really know. But yeah, so you can see everything's just kind of remotely charging now. This is life-changing. It feels life-changing to me that we don't have to do all this stuff, like, manually anymore. I don't know. It felt kind of like a drag for the longest time. So I'm just tickled that we have a setup that can now, you know, support us as we go. Let's see about the other drill bits. Do they take less? You take 4. You take 2. You take 8. That's just ridiculous. Is there a way... Is there anything for sale? Or anything that I can sell? I wish that trade wasn't there. I can do leather or flax seeds. Those seem pretty reasonable. I could actually sell my gasoline too. I forgot. I've got quite a bit of gasoline that we could do. So why don't we do that as well? Is we can sell some gasoline and I'll try to save my leather. Because I don't need all this gasoline. We've got quite a bit. And it's kind of not all that helpful anymore. With the drill head no longer gonna... If we're gonna no longer use the drill head, then I think that's definitely a good enough trade. Let's go ahead and bind you there. And let's sell our gasoline. For some emeralds. And that will help. And then, I don't know how many flax seeds I have. I can also get more really quickly. So let's see about getting some more emeralds just through trading, hopefully. So it turns out copper casings are really cheap. So let's just go ahead and do that. We'll grab just like 5 stacks of copper and sell a bunch of copper casings. Actually, let's see. How many copper casing sales do they have? Copper casing. So 8. They have 16. So if we have 8... So we'll need 128 casings. I think... I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. 128 casings, and this makes 5. So we'll need 128. 130. We'll do that. And I think that should work. I've gone through and sold a bunch of my flax seeds. I didn't sell any hide. I really didn't want to. And so I decided to look into some of the other trade options that we had. I don't think we can really do anything with the gasoline at the moment. But yeah, so far everything seems to be charging up really nicely. And so now we just wait for some more casing materials to be ready and we'll be good to go. So if we looked at just casing, like so. We can do that, and we are almost at the 8 buckets of lubricant we need, by the way. Almost. This could go faster. I wish it would go faster. Well, okay. I guess it's just going to be slow. All right, we're picking up our last bucket of lubricant here. Bye. And there we go. Right, so first of all, it won't mine anything because there's no drill bit. Second of all, it makes a lot of noise, so let's see about getting that jackhammer recipe or sound rather, muffled down to like maybe 20%? Let's see, is that better? Oh, that's much better. I like the idea, I just don't like the integration. So let's be sure to put you in here, turn you on here, and then do that. You're not going to exceed, right? Right, okay, good. And you need 500 degrees. I hope we're going to make that. I really do. I think we will. Yep, there we go. Good golly, you're slow. Let's borrow these for a little bit. Never mind. You're just slow. Wow, that is getting very hot. Very cool. And there's our diamond drill bit. Let's go ahead and turn that off, because that's a very, very, very pricey device to keep running. And yeah, I cannot believe how well everything is going here so far. Let's go ahead and get the jackhammer hooked up here with the, right, you shift right click to put the drill bit in. So you can just change out drill bits on the fly, which is super nice. You can see the drill bit renders, and like I said, we're gonna go ahead and toss Silk Touch. I don't know if I said that, but I think it's pretty well assumed that Silk Touch is just how we're gonna go. So we put the Silk Touch book in there. Now it's rendering as enchanted. And if I look here, first of all, if I ever sneak and scroll, I can change between the modes. So you can see that it does a little overlay on my screen. I don't actually know what this mode is called. What is this mode called? Vein Miner for ores and logs. That could be cool. Let me go ahead and make sure that HT's tree chop is turned off. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that it could do that. So if you ever want to turn off the HT tree chopper mod, there is a tree chop menu here, and you can just do the overlay. I'm gonna set this to something kind of weird. I don't really know. Semicolon, that works. And then you can come here and just turn off this. And so now whenever you sneak is the only time that it'll do that. But I don't even really want that, so we'll just do this, and now we'll never chop. And if I break this, wow, yeah, that just takes down the whole tree. And if I look in here, you can see that this actually doesn't break, I guess. I thought it did. I really thought it did. But no, we're just going to use up pressure, I suppose. That's pretty neat. If you couldn't tell... What was that? What was that? I guess that's just the sound that you make for breathing? Let's see. Let's see if we can find that. Breathe. Pneumatic craft. You know, we should probably... Oh, no, not that sound. We should probably turn this sound down a little bit. I still want to hear it, but... Let's see. HUD init. Let's go and turn a lot of these sounds down. It's that. Okay. It's scuba. Well, I don't have the scuba module installed yet, so I'm a little confused by that, but that's fine. Wires do this sometime. That's fine. This is probably a chunk border. It is. It is. But not perfectly aligned within the chunk border. Interesting. Anyways, I think, holy cow, we've done quite a lot today. So again, mining modes, there are a lot. There are just like an absolute ton. So we could do 2x1, 3x1, 1x1, 3x3, vein mine, which is really freaking cool. And we can do T-crossing as well. So I'm just gonna kind of go mining for a little bit because we did use up a good few materials. But I'm just so dang happy with this setup. It is really working nicely. You can see everything here is doing just fine. And at some point we'll get that netherite bit for sure. But for now, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and call it there. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I wonder, yeah, you work as an axe as well. Very cool. I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, one other thing. I'm sorry, I almost forgot. So we should have some extra speed upgrades, yeah? We do? Good. Because we can put them in our drill. And let's do that. Let's go ahead and do this and that. So there are speed and volume upgrades, and there's also, ooh, magnet upgrade would be really cool to have, actually. Because I don't like picking up all items, but I do like... Can I have more than one? I think we just need the one. But I do really like having magneted items from just my drops. Like, not things that I throw necessarily, but things that get dropped. And let's go ahead and grab some volume upgrades just because we have them. And we'll put one in here. And we'll go ahead and put two in here because this guy is responsible for the majority of our stuff. So, of course, everything looks like it's drained. Really, the truth is that it just hasn't filled up all the way. So now we should be able to mine very fast, and I might drop that down because you guys know me. I don't like it to dig way too fast, so I may drop this down just a skosh, maybe do like 3 upgrades instead of 5. Let's just see how that works. That's plenty fast. That's fast enough. It's still insta-mining, but what can I do? Can I path? I still can't path, but I guess we don't really need our axe here anymore either now. So yay for something else that's been replaced with another just single tool item. Anyways, like I said, like I've been trying to say, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I am very, 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 very excited about where we're at now. And I think next episode, we're going to explore some more of the pneumatic craft gear because there's a lot more left for us to explore. There is, let me see here. There is the minigun. We haven't even looked at this guy yet. So we can do the minigun. The vortex cannons are also pretty cool. We've been getting a couple of them. Might want to get one of these at some point too. I don't know if there's really anything else, but the minigun is sort of the coolest thing. So we'll probably get one of those as well. Get a couple of things kind of wrapped up as well. I'm curious to see the vortex cannon I haven't actually ever played with. Huh, interesting. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.